YouTube? In today's video, we finally modify my M5 G99 because this car is so insanely high and so insanely stock that I literally can't see it anymore. We absolutely need to make some changes to this car and we're gonna do it right now. Honestly, I have to say I was pretty excited for this day. I've been waiting forever to modify this car since I think there's way more potential to be unlocked from the M5 G99. It looks absolutely fantastic from the rear, but the front definitely needs a little bit more spice. Obviously, the car needs to be lowered, we need some proper wheels, and the exhaust definitely needs a little bit more sound to it. Also, these engines are very well known to make incredible power with just minor modifications, so we definitely have to try that out as well. As you can see, we're gonna do a variety of different changes to this beautiful M5 G99. Currently, it's not so beautiful, but it is going to be hopefully very beautiful once we're done with it. The car is tremendously high, and this honestly is a pain in my eyes to see every day. This is absolutely unacceptable, and the problem is, we've been waiting forever for suspension, but so far, there's nothing properly on the market, so we're going to improvise a little bit. This is going to be absolutely amazing. The only part that we absolutely have today is wheels. My wheels have been up there for ages. Thank you, ZSly and Z-Performance, by the way. You're gonna see them later, they're gonna look absolutely amazing. So these two changes are gonna happen for sure. What we also have sometime today, hopefully, an exhaust will come for the car if DHL is reliable. Obviously, they are known to be here in Germany. And also, our good friend from Carbonheld is going to come and he's going to put some modifications onto the car, which is gonna be absolutely perfect. Apart from that, we also have a little software module coming to make the car a bit faster. Yeah, that's it.
Eigentlich viel.
Eigentlich schon viel für So hopefully all of this will happen today. Let's see how motivated Gabriel is. Super motivated. We're perfect, fantastic. Yeah, so at the end, hopefully this baby will push around 1000 horsepower.
Oder hättest du auch schon, oder?
This would be a joke, but like, it's like not a joke. It's really supposed to be like 1000 horsepower. Yeah, I already know it's going to be a pain in the ass to do stuff with this car because it's so new with all the electronics and everything. But of course we have our master electrician with us, so it should be absolutely no problem.
But the good thing is, the screws are new.
So let's wrap this car into the lift. By the way, we have a second car lift in our garage right now. Shout out really quick to Weber Tools for supporting us and for sponsoring this car lift. We actually tried to lift this car up 2 days ago and the car was so heavy that the car lift was making noises I have never heard a car lift make before. And honestly, right now I'm a bit scared to put the car into a lift and walk around it, so I'm gonna have Gabriel do that.
Ja, Mechaniker kann es ersetzen, ein Schiffchen nicht.
This thing is rated for like 4 tons, but seriously, look at this. This is when we lifted the M5 up. And Mani was there with us too. The first time we lifted up, this thing literally was making noises like it was about to collapse. So we are very good.
Till like collapse from Eminem.
I really can't wait for this car to be properly modified. It's a very good looking car, but I think with a little bit of spice, gonna make this car even more beautiful. I'm so Angst vor der Bühne. I financially cannot afford to flip another M5 onto the roof, so I hope that this is going to work today. Before we continue this absolutely fantastic build, which is totally not annoying to do, I want to tell you guys about the sponsor of today's video, and this video was brought to you by none other than Car Vertical. Car Vertical is probably the best platform you can use if you plan on purchasing any car in the near future. With Car Vertical, all you have to do is type in the VIN number of your vehicle in their database and they will give you a background check of your car. Totally simple, but very, very effective because Car Vertical checks your car on 3 different levels. They were kind enough to send me over a report for an F12 Berlinetta, which is actually very fitting because, as you guys saw a few videos ago, I purchased one very recently. And as you can already see, the car is being checked in 3 main areas. First of all, the odometer. Secondly, the legal status of the car, and third of all, if the car has had any previous damages. Car Vertical uses a variety of different databases to check your car, insurance companies, dealerships, and even statewide reports. So to give you the best possible outcomes and the most information that you can need for your vehicle. By the way, you guys should pay attention because sometimes in these ads, especially with Car Vertical, I leak some cars that I'm planning on purchasing. So, let me explain it to you really quick. Car Vertical, you have some pictures of the car. So the legal status, for example, lets you check if the car has been stolen, if it had any recent inspections that it failed to pass. So in Germany, you have the TÜV, for example, which is always very good to know. Damages, you can probably already imagine. If you click on it, it will tell you if your car had any previous accidents or anything else. And sometimes it will even give you pictures to let you check out how bad the car actually really is. So in our case, this Ferrari was absolutely wrecked. Yeah, you don't want to end up buying that. So I have to say the color is very, very beautiful. Apart from that, obviously the odometer, I don't really need to explain that. There's many people that roll back their odometers. Many mean people don't do that. And the good news for my German viewers, Car Vertical now fully functions in Germany as well. You know, in the past they had some legal issues with Datenschutz. We all know and love Datenschutz here in Germany. But now Car Vertical fully functions in Germany as well, which is very good. So what are you guys waiting for? Click the link down in the description below or use this code right here to save 20% on your next Car Vertical purchase with OG Schäfchen. Anyway, let's continue back to the absolute pain in the ass that is my M5 G99. Let's go.
Car really looks like an X5 if you look at it like this. Absolutely insane.
First things first, we're going to lower the car.
Because this is the most important, stands live, hashtag. So we're gonna remove the wheels, take out the original suspension, which is, I think,
going to be an absolute pain in the ass, like everything else in this car.
I mean, look at the underside. There's so many like metal supports because the car is so insanely heavy, and so many like plastic parts that just restrict access to basically everywhere. Same goes for the exhaust, by the way. Also really interesting, my car has the tow hitch, and I don't know what's going on with BMW, but I think that they were not in a possession of right plastic parts, because this is how my car came from factory.
Just in case that the car lift is not enough. Gonna put some support underneath the car in case it falls down. So they're gonna catch the car if it falls down. Don't worry, I got you.
Bunkel Racing.
Was ist Bunkel Racing?
Ja, irgendwie eine kleine Firma.
Aber es ist wie bei den Socken für rechts und links angeschrieben, falls der Trottel ist. I think in the front it's gonna be absolutely worse to get through here.
But we got the best mechanic in town.
Yeah, now comes the absolutely beautiful process of removing quite many structural support panels to get to the shocks.
Hä?
What the f***,
Da haben wir irgendwas drauf. Hast du Neokönig gekauft?
Oh, what the f***. Ja, auf der anderen Seite ist auch einfach bewegt.
Not alone today, not alone. We have some brave soldiers to help us make the M5 lower.
Was tun wir heute?
G99 umbauen.
Jawohl, das passt.
What do we have here? Was haben wir da Schönes? Ein bisschen Carbon.
Seitenschweller.
Very beautiful.
Dreiteilige Frontlippe.
3 pieces for the front lip. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing. TÜV, very important for Germany. And then we have arguably one of the most important parts,
Diffuser.
rear diffuser. We will see how it's gonna look. In the meantime, while Gabriel and Mani are busy figuring out how to get the suspension out the car, it's time for the carbon. Weil heute arbeiten wir entspannt.
Fusch? Zweiteiliger Federspanner-Set. Ich weiß nicht, was da Fusch ist.
Wir haben das bis jetzt immer ohne Federspanner gemacht.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Beautiful fitment. Unglaublich wunderschön. Besser geht's eigentlich gar nicht. We also got rid of the suspension in the meantime. Herrlich arbeiten, Jungs. Pretty interesting, by the way, that it's in the back. It's mounted directly to the frame here and not all the way to the top, like you would normally expect it to be with the Touring. So I'm hoping that this is going to be the exhaust. Okay, well, one part of the exhaust already arrived. These are the downpipes, basically, or like the mid pipes, I guess. This comes after the downpipe. So the downpipe is still missing, but...
That's scheiße.
So we only need 3 more packages that hopefully should arrive by the end of the day. Anyway, let's get back to the suspension and we'll see what happens. And we have a genius master plan that some of you guys probably don't want to hear, but we just have to do what we have to do because there is no real suspension for the M5 G99 yet. We have to make our own because I can't wait. I just want to lower the car. So we're going to cut each one of the springs right here and that should hopefully drop the car enough to make it look beautiful and pretty. I know it's probably not how you guys imagined us to modify my M5, but yeah,
Wie viel ist denn noch in dir Fall?
it is what it is.
Anbindung ist Pi.
Also 3,14 irgendwas Zentimeter tiefer. So, let's get grinding. Federn flexen bei 5 G99. The good thing about these springs is that they are spherical, so they don't go out like sometimes they are like this, you know. With these types of spring it doesn't work, but they are actually made to be cut. So BMW M, they already did this with this in mind that we can. Yeah. So thanks to BMW M for doing this. It's very kind of you guys. So now we can lower the car without having to buy any aftermarket stuff. And it's a perfect fit as well. I mean, look at this. Where is it supposed to go? Okay. All right, so now we only have to put it back together. This is what we cut out of the springs. Honestly, it's very simple.
So if you buy a new G99 and you want to lower it,
That's how it works. Beautiful.
So trinkt er mein Bier.
Yeah, and with this, all 4 springs are cut. So we just have to put them back into the car and then we should be ready to go. Just do this 3 more times, tighten all the screws, and then we're ready to go. Simple. Works like a charm.
und billig, das ist das Wichtigste. 150.000 Euro fürs Auto, aber kein Geld zum Tier verliehen.
Installation process for the side skirts is pretty simple. All you need is your best glue and then you just... Herrlich. Side is also done. At least the body kit is working pretty simple. Front looks absolutely perfect, by the way. Look at the fitment here. It's very, very nice. Well, Gabriel and Mani are working on the front suspension. Boys got busy in the back. Already took off the original plastic. By the way, look how this... Ohne Scheiß. Die Qualität wird immer schlimmer von BMW. Das ist ja... Was ist denn das, Alter?
Das Ding war nicht ausgestattet. Das wird gespart.
My Fehler. Anyway, for the new carbon fiber, you just need to take off the old plastic piece and then just put the new carbon fiber piece. Honestly, this is probably the easiest of the whole car to install is the carbon parts, obviously. But it's nice seeing something work, at least, because everything else is currently not really working. Mani and Gabriel are struggling with the front suspension.
Plug and play.
So you can see the difference between the original one, which is just the black piano, which I absolutely hate because this just scratches so easily. And then here's the new carbon part. I like that it goes around the exhaust, to be honest. I just might need some bigger exhaust tips, maybe. We'll see how it looks later when it's on the ground. Definitely makes the whole car a bit lower, a bit more aggressive. I'm not a huge fan of those wings, so that's why I chose this one, by the way, because this just fits seamlessly with the rest of the car. So now we need to reinstall the other one as well, and then all the carbon goodies are already mounted on the M5 finally. So yeah, apparently they did not account for my lovely tow hitch. So I think we need to take a little bit of the carbon piece off, which shouldn't be a big issue, but in case I want to trailer some stuff. A little bit of trimming needed for my tow hitch to work.
Plug and play.
Anyway, with a little bit of cutting and some extra work, we made the parts fit perfectly and my tow hitch is still fully functional. So next up, the biggest hurdle of the project, downpipes and the rest of the exhaust. The plan is we're gonna get the exhaust loose so we can remove the old downpipes. We're gonna have to remove all of this shit, I guess. Like you see here in the video, removing the original downpipes is an absolute pain. There's so many parts that need to come out the car until you can finally even see the downpipes. And once you see them, getting them out still isn't easy. Alright, everything is removed. You can see kind of where the downpipes are going and you can see that it's actually pretty tight to get into here. This here is all from the hybrid stuff. Very interesting. Money was good. These are the secondary downpipes. We got those kind of out. And now you can see why this is going to be an absolute pain in the ass, because these up here are the primary downpipes and they are connected here to the gearbox. So I think we have to do this from the upper side of the engine. Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. So let's get going.
Der Filmkasten. Hooligans haben sie auch so ausgeschaut.
Hast du auch G99 umbaut?
Ja, sicher. 2001.
Many of the screws are very hard to access, so Gabriel needed to make some special tools. After more than 2 hours, we finally got the first downpipe out. The next one followed soon. But there was another problem, which I didn't account for. We ordered 3 boxes from Romani with all the extra stuff and like the engine tuning stuff. The good news, you guys saw it already. The second part of the downpipes, the lower part, is already here. I just went and picked up the second box, which is the software basically, and here is the software for the car. We're gonna have to plug it in here somewhere. And the third box is gonna be the main box with all the cables and the main downpipes. And for some reason the third box got lost by DHL, so we can't do it today. Danke DHL an der Stelle. So the downpipes, which did not arrive yet, they are from Romani/Stage 4 Tuning. The guys over in Texas, they were kind enough to support us with the build. And this right here, as far as I understand, is also from Romani. We have to simply plug it into some of these ports here, right where the boost pressure is, and this will give us more power. So there's no need to ship your ECU to Finland anymore. All you have to do, plug this in, and that is it. This is all there is to it, basically. Very simple, very easy. Thanks again to the boys from Romani, Stage 4 Tuning, Texas. Yeah, now the only thing left to do, wait for the tires and wait for the downpipes.
So we waited for the next day to come.
Day number 2. We got everything we need now. We have the tires. Mani drove to middle of nowhere to get us some tires.
Yes.
In here we have very important parts from Romani. The guys over at Stage 4 Tuning, which are the downpipes. They finally arrived. Yeah, so they are racing downpipes. They're a bit lighter and they give you better emissions. So we're going to put these into the car. Everything is already prepared.
Ja, Chef, gehst du da mal ins Büro, dann machen wir das, oder?
Yeah.
Passt.
We were all pretty excited once we got the downpipes because we were told the aftermarket ones were easier to install than the original ones. Unfortunately, that couldn't be further from the truth. The downpipes were damaged in transport, so they were insanely crooked, which meant that we needed to work on them to make them fit properly. Step after step, we made them fit perfectly fine until both Romani downpipes were in place.
Ah, da sieht man, was er schon putzt hat. Das schaut aus wie ein Land.
Neuester Mitarbeiter, der Thomas.
Your M5 looks like shit.
All that we needed to do for the exhaust was fitting the lower downpipes, which unfortunately also was not as easy as expected, since some of the bolts were way too short and not really in place. So we spent another 2 hours trying to get the lower downpipes installed into the car, and once we finally got that, we only needed to fit all the original parts back onto the car.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, by the way, the carbon guys are back. They are all over the place. The underside of the car is back together in one piece, so everything seems to be kind of good. We have some screws spare. This just means that we did a better job at assembling the car than the BMW guys did. So we're actually saving some weight, which is always perfect, which means now it's finally time for the wheels, which is going to be absolutely amazing, I hope. Jetzt hat man es schon gesehen, verdammte Scheiße. Gable was a little bit motivated and mounted one of the wheels today in the morning already, but these are the beautiful new wheels for the M5 G99. Set performance wheels, huge shout out to Jetslay. If you guys know your BMWs well, you know where we took inspiration from. And the inspiration is actually parked all over there because I absolutely love the wheels on my M5 E34. So I said to Seth, we should do something similar for the M5 G99 because everybody knows these throwing star wheels, M5 E34, absolutely classic wheel. I love them, and I think, at least I hope, they're gonna look amazing on the M5 G99. We went for 21s on the back and 21s on the front as well. Stock is 20 in the front. Ja, schauen wir mal, wie es ausschaut, oder? Bro, I think the wheel's gonna look absolutely sick. At least I hope so. We might be a little bit too high with our cut springs for the wheels, but at one point we'll get some proper suspension, I hope.
The important thing with the cut springs is that we have cut it the same height, that we have the same level.
Yeah, that's how I All right, moment of truth. Let's see if we did some good work or if we need to cut the springs a little bit more. Das ist ja gut, ey. Also vorne ist, könnte ein bisschen tiefer sein, muss ich sagen. Yeah, a car definitely needs to be a bit lower for these wheels, to be honest, for it to work perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna cut the strings anymore. We're just gonna wait for the proper suspension, but I honestly think it's pretty sick. All right, we're gonna move the car over here really quick to properly inspect it. I haven't heard the car before, so for me it's also going to be pretty interesting. Obviously, we're gonna have the cold start first. It's gonna be a bit louder now. Bro, it is very quiet in the inside. This car is so crazily insulated. It's insane. Bro, I think it's perfect. because it's not so loud, but you can hear the V8 better now. I think that's how it's supposed to be, honestly. Actually, it's quite loud on the outside, which is surprising because there's still so many mufflers inside, but the catalysts always take away the most sound. I think we have the perfect setup now for the M5, to be honest. I'm a huge fan. I'm good. Let's check it out from the outside really quick. I think it's perfect, honestly. It sounds like a F90 with a non-decatted exhaust. So it's... Ja, voll.
In 31.
Ja.
Riechen tut noch Saint-Tropez.
Riechen tut nach gebrannten Fisch. I honestly think it's perfect. Bro, the car looks sick. Ohne Scheiß, schau dir mal von vorne an. Gute Arbeit, Jungs. Wie stolz auf ihn.
Vergelt's, danke.
Kein Problem. Bro, huge shout out to Set Performance. Huge shout out also to the guys from Romani. Dankeschön. Und natürlich Carbon-Hit. The guys from Romani, they helped us so much. We had like 20 million video calls with them because of the downpipes and everything. Bro, the car looks amazing. I'm a huge fan. This is way better than stock. I think it still needs to be a bit lowered, but for now this should be good. Yeah, we'll see how the exhaust sounds in action. I have a big trip planned for tomorrow that I'm gonna drive with this car. I think we have a proper road trip weapon. We can give you a quick hint what's gonna happen. Yup. Ready for a road trip. I'm gonna give you guys a few more shots of the car from the outside in a second. Let's go.